Maybe you thought about it during his first goal of the night, 8 minutes in when he dashed onto a lofted pass over the top from Sergio Busquets and looked a bit shocked to find that the nearest Atlanta United defender was several beach towns away. Or maybe after his second, when he sauntered across a broad stretch of unoccupied Florida grasslands, laid the ball to an undefended teammate who then netted a tap-in. By the time he assisted Inter Miami's fourth goal of the night, a laughably easy counter-attack in which he dribbled most of the way across the middle of the pitch without an opponent so much as pointing, you probably had your suspicions. You were thinking, is Lionel Messi this good or are MLS defenses this bad? First, let's clear up the obvious. The defense was terrible. Atlanta had poor organization, marking and shot stopping. It happens. In particular, it happens a lot in the MLS in late July, when the sweltering heat in cities like Fort Lauderdale sends goal scoring through the roof. MLS teams' inability to defend is structural. Since David Beckham joined the league in 2007, MLS Commissioner Don Garber has approved a succession of increasingly complicated rules that allow ambitious owners in this salary-capped league to invest more in their team, but not as they would like. It's easy to spend a lot of money on a few great players, which is fantastic for marketing, but hard to spread it around to a lot of decently good players, which would greatly enhance the football. Due to this enforced inequality, MLS favors attacking talent, which has more star power or transfer worth to justify their higher salaries. Capology predicts that forwards make 31% more than defenders in the English Premier League, which has less spending limits. MLS has a 150% disparity. Goal scorers and goalkeepers might as well be playing different sports. Atlanta United, Messi's first MLS opponent, are top heavy. They've scored the third most goals per game, but have also conceded the third most. This is not a good defense, even by MLS standards. The best player of all time scoring 2 on a squad that held 6 to the Columbus Crew is no major surprise. After all, he's Messi. He does this. He scored 2 goals and assisted 1 on his MLS debut. Well done. He accomplished the same in the first Ligue 1 game last season. He then scored and assisted 2 in a Champions League match. He also scored 2 in his last year's World Cup final against France. He won against everyone. He did nothing against Atlanta he hadn't done against numerous other clubs in every league he's played in. He roamed in and out of defenders' zones, making it hard to track who was responsible for him. If a centre-back went too near, he would drop deep into Miami's build-up where they couldn't follow, and if they pursued him into the midfield, he would twist them around on the dribble or run behind a through ball. Messi has always been difficult to mark. MLS will be easier for him to find space and beat defenses than Europe. That happens when you switch leagues. If MLS is worried by this too much, they can start by easing the rules that restrict how clubs spend their money, making it simpler to invest in defense. In Ligue 1, where PSG had the financial backing of a petroleum-rich nation state, he faced defenders that couldn't stop him. In MLS, where Messi joined the poorest team, systemic issues harm his team just as much as their opponents. Are MLS defenses this bad? Well, yes, they are, including Inter Miami's. Is Messi really this good? Of course, he always has been. And now this means we're in for a lot more goals. Well, what's so bad about that? Let me know in the comments down below.